There defensively to make the play, Joejuan Williams.
Now that's a great play defensively, and one thing we do know, both of the corners are going to face a lot of action in this game. The way that offense likes to fling it around.
The safeties, they better be ready to be engaged as well. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Over the middle, it's complete.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Minshew, 1st and 10. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
General West.
McCaffrey following the penalty. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stout troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
This is McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevenson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
54 miles. No gain on this defense. No gain.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Let's get this ball back. Put it on.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Richard. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It's now 3rd and 10.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
York. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Five.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 8. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Trubisky. He finds an opening past the 40. And he comes back with one complete. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On first down, Trubisky. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On first and 10, it's Trubisky. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line. Come on, set.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch 54. Strip the ball. Shoot.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Brian Burns racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. He was brought down there by Will Parks.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Throw left side on target to Thielen. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing here, Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get out to the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man. It's Samuel. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards. Trubisky now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10. Now a run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They run it again with Cook. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he is all the way up past the 25.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. A strong running. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Second and 12 at the 25-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Throwing on second down now, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now Minshew. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores, want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide, usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Trubisky to throw again. And it's incomplete to Smith. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Being chased out left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
180! Mike is 59. Mike is 59. No chance.
Now it's Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on first.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week. That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room that if you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Check it back, check it back.
McCaffrey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. One-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Brian Burns in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Carolina, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota,